Hush, Julia, darling, don't cry. Mama's hungry too, but she's not crying. Hush, darling, Grandma will be home will soon be home, and she will bring food. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock.
Sing on, my poor child.
I was trying to soothe baby Julia. She has been crying with hunger.
Your song must be her only comfort, then.
Mama, why did you bring no food?
The grocer will give us no more credit.
No more credit? Merciful heavens, this is too much.
Ha ha ha! I've had such a glorious time, my dear. Old Cribs.
Hush, dearest.
Why should I be silent? I am not a child.
No, but your child, Edward Middleton, has found in sleep a brief respite from the pangs of hunger, so I beg you not to wake her, unless, by chance, you have brought her some food.
I brought her something better than food. Here's what will give her peace, as is often given me. Rum! Rum for my darling daughter. What's fit for the father is fit for the child, eh?
Brute, beast, worse than a beast. The wild wolf of the plain will not menace its hungry offspring with poison.
My darling baby Julia hungry, eh? And I am the cause. The pale spectre of starvation haunts the house, and I go without the means to expel it. I bring misery to those I love. They were better without me. I will go, forever.
Edward,
let me fly.
Edward, dear Edward, do not leave me. I will work, I will slave, anything. We can live.
My wife work? Never. Why, if you were to work, the whole world would look on me as a failure.
As you say then, dear. But do not abandon me in misery. Do not desert me, Edward, my love, my husband.
Don't call me husband. Curse me as your destroyer and let me go.
No, no, I will not let you go.
Loose me. Leave me. Why fasten me down? Madness is my strength. My brain is liquid fire. Ha! I am free. Farewell. Farewell forever. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Mama, what shall we do now? What shall we do?
I do not know, Mary. I could think more clearly if I had a cup of tea.
We have no tea left, Mama. Shall I make you a nice cup of hot water?
Please do, dear. I will hold baby Julia.
Go to Grandma, darling. See if you can get her to sleep, Mama. She is so restless. Oh, someone's at the door. I wonder who it could be.
Oh, indeed. It is long since any visitor came to this house of grief and misery.
Mr. Cribs.
Mr. Cribs, this is indeed a surprise. I'm afraid you find us in a sad state. You have my full sympathy, ma'am, but no doubt you are wondering what is the reason for my call. We are beyond all such emotions as curiosity and wonder, sir. We live now only to endure and pray. Praiseworthy sentiments. Most praiseworthy. Well, ladies, as you may or may not know, Mr. Middleton was with me today, attempting to sell the cottage.
Sell the cottage? That would be the last straw.
I agree, and I used every ounce of my influence to dissuade him from such a rash step. It was all very well to sell the manor house. It was all very well to sell Oakwood Farm and the sugar maple plantations. It was all very well to sell the grazing rights of the water meadows. But it would be unwise, as I told him, to sell the roof from over his own head. I urged him instead to apply himself to honest toil and thus retrieve his shattered fortunes. Ah, Mr. Cribs, if only Edward would take you for an example. You flatter me, ma'am. But I will be brief. I came on an errand of mercy. That wretched, misguided lad happened to mention that your larder was not exactly overflowing. So I have brought you some provisions. Some bread, butter, cheese, bacon, sugar, tea, and much, much more. It will be a slight relief to your needs, perhaps, ladies. Bless you, Mr. Cribs. I bless you with all my heart, and this innocent child, when she grows up, will be taught to call down heaven's blessing on the name of Cribs.
Mr. Cribs, I confess that in the past I have harbored bitterness towards you. I now beg forgiveness. You are a gentleman, sir, and a Christian.
Spare my blushes, I beg you. Say no more of gratitude, but listen to me. There's one slight condition upon which this help is offered.
A condition?
Yes, Mary, if I were unconditionally to hand over these supplies, is it not likely that your tender heart would lead you to stint yourself and to give Edward the lion's share of the food?
I have gone hungry before, sir. That Edward might eat his fill, I dare say I might do so again.
As I thought, I cannot allow the wretched to continue his cruel exploitation of 2 defenseless women and a child. The food, then, will be at your disposal if, and only if, you, Mary, your mother, and your child, if you leave this drunkard and come to live under my roof.
Live under your roof?
Yes. There your poor mother will find warmth, rest, and comfort befitting her time of life. Then your child will find a refined, cultured environment in which to spend her formative years.
And I? What shall I find?
That's a good question. There you will find peace and joy after your nightmare existence as the wife of a drunkard. Bless you, Mrs. Cripps. Mr. Cripps. Again I say bless you. Yours is a heart overflowing with true Christian charity. Please, Mrs. Wilson. Praise is due not to me, but to the good book, the sources from which we miserable mortals catch some glimpse of the divine virtues. Now, ladies, collect your possessions and we shall leave at once.
Stop, Mr. Cribbs, mother. Wretched creature thought Edward may be, yet he is my husband, and it is my duty to suffer, to starve, and if need be, to die under my husband's roof, rather than to dwell in luxurious ease in the house of another man.
But Mary, dear.
Mother, you are free to go if you choose, but baby Julian and I will stay.
Do not be hasty now, Mary. Think. Food, food. Does not the smell of it recall you to your senses?
No, sir. Far sweeter to me than the smell of all your bacon is the satisfaction of doing my duty.
Duty, duty. This is a strange infatuation, young woman. How can you have a duty toward a man who himself is undutiful?
Undutiful? How?
He has 2 others to console him, whose soft attentions he prefers to yours.
What others do you mean?
I mean that there are plenty of young women who are ready to receive presents from wild young men like him, and who are not very particular in the liberties that may be taken in exchange.
Now, sir, I know that you are lying. My Edward may be lazy, thoughtless, cruel, drunken, dissolute, dirty, and degraded, but he would never, no, never be guilty of excess.
These things I speak of have been, and will be again, while there are wantons of one sex and drunkards of the other.
Sir, you slander my husband, but in spite of all you say, I love him still.
You are very proud, considering all circumstances, but come, I forgive you. You are young and beautiful. Your husband is a vagabond. I am rich. I have a true affection for you, and with me.
Wretch, despicable wretch, I tell you that my poor husband, clothed in rags, covered with mire, and lying drunk at my feet, is a being whose shoes you are not worthy to unloose. Covered with mire and lying drunk at my feet is a being whose shoes you are not worthy to unloose.
No, no, keep them off. Help, help. They're killing me. Help, help.
Edward, dear, what is the matter?
A terrible thing had happened, Mary. Mr. Cribbs, sir, you will scarcely believe this. Mrs. Wilson, prepare yourself for a shock.
What is it, Edward? What is it?
I was about to leave the village when I found my way barred by a multitude of serpents. No, no, mercy, I yelled. Ah, ah, ah.
Edward, speak to me, Edward. Here is baby Julia. Speak to your little daughter. Oh, no, no, he is dead.
He is not dead. Yet. See, Mary, he lives. He has swooned from excess of terror. He will revive. Undoubtedly he will revive. His sort does not die so easily. But, ladies, it seems that my presence is no longer necessary, since the spectacular return of the, breadwinner. I bid you a good morning, and I trust that you will never regret the assistance you have just spurned.
Oh, Mama, I sometimes think, heaven forgive me for the thought, that it might have been better had I married the old man rather than the drunkard.
The snags, get them off me. No, Mary, no, you cannot help him now. Not while he is in the grip of the demon.
Ah, demon that thou art, I am sorely tempted to take thee to my heart. Were I to drink, my senses would be merciful, dulled to the horror, grief, and shame which I now feel. But no, I will not drink. Where can we go, Mamma? What can we do?
Let us hope and pray, my child, that heaven will guide us to find a way out.
And soon, Mamma. May that guidance come soon. Ah, can it be? No, no, this is too much to hope for. Yet surely heaven will not torture me thus with false hopes. It is. It must be. Heaven has answered our prayers.
What is it, Mary dear? Tell me.
No, Mama, if this is only another cruel snare of the evil one, you had better not know of it. You will be spared the agony and nurturing false hopes. If it is indeed guidance from our high, you will soon see the blessed result.
But what can it be, Mary?
No questions, please. Now, Mama, I must have a little money.
My poor child, surely your head has been turned by suffering. You know we have no money.
Is there nothing that we can sell, Mama? A chair, a table?
No dealer would give us 5 cents for these few miserable sticks, Mary.
Mother, take the baby. I will go out and sell this.
No, not your wedding ring. You must be mad.
No, this is cool, clear sanity. I will sell my wedding ring in order to save my marriage. Ah, hope. I can live and laugh again, now that I have hope. Mama, I shall soon be back. Ha ha ha.
Poor darling, I fear the worst. Your mother has gone out of her mind. Let us go and look at your poor father.
Oh, wait. You hit it already?
Yeah.
Let's see. Amid pleasures and palaces wherever we roam, be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Is that you, Mary?
Yes, Mama, I'm back.
I've succeeded in getting baby Julia off to sleep, and I have made you a nice cup of hot water. Sit down, dear, and drink it. You must be tired.
No need to drink hot water ever again, Mama. See, I have brought some tea and sugar and milk.
Heavens above! This is welcome indeed, Mary, yet it can only be a momentary pleasure. Once it is gone, we shall be as badly off as ever. You should not have sold your wedding ring for tea.
I did not sell it only for that, Mama. Make the tea, and while it is brewing, I will tell you all.
Yet only an hour ago, Mary, you were so secretive.
I have seen the error of that, Mama. I must confide in you so that your prayers may reinforce mine for the success of my plan.
What plan, dear? Pray do not keep me any longer in suspense.
Very well. You remember how that vile, despicable wretch, Cribbs brought his bacon wrapped... I can't say this. Very well. You remember how that vile, despicable wretch Cribbs brought his bacon wrapped in this paper?
I do, and how delicious it smelled.
Mama, please. At my moment of deepest despair, my eyes chanced to fall upon this paper.
Yes?
And like a flash of lightning, like a bolt from the blue, there came into my view a commercial announcement.
I believe that in the business world such an item is called an advertisement.
Perhaps so, Mama. Anyway, the announcement seemed to come like a message from on high. Look!
You know I cannot read fine print without my glasses, Mary. You're deliberately tantalizing me with these quibbles and delays.
Very well, Mama. I will read it to you. Rensla's Radical Rum Remedy and Tipler's Panacea may be administered without the drunkard's knowledge, tasteless in tea. 1 dose of Rensla's Radical Rum Remedy completely transforms the drunkard. His craving for liquor is instantly replaced by an intense loathing for the smell of the rum bottle. His dissolute, unmanly ways in a flash to habits of sobriety and steadiness. The drunkard's characteristic love of loafing is replaced by a firm appreciation of the moral and material worth of honest toil. Rensla's Radical Rum Remedy and Tipler's Panacea will transform your husbands from a pig into a prince, and your home from a pigsty to a palace. Try Rensla's Rum Remedy today. Obtainable in the large 1-dose vial, only $3, from all apothecaries and druggists. Here, Mama, here is the remedy.
Intense loathing of the rum bottle, habits of sobriety and steadiness, appreciation of honest toil. These claims are wonderful indeed, Mary, if they are true.
They must be true, Mama. Otherwise they would not be in print.
That seems to be a convincing argument. So you mean to administer the remedy to poor Edward?
Yes, Mama.
Then I will indeed blend my prayers with you for a happy outcome.
There. This we must be sure to remember is Edward's cup. Now, Mama, will you please arouse Edward?
Yes, dear, if I can. I'll also bring in baby Julia. Although she cannot yet understand such things, it is only fitting that her eyes should behold this glorious reformation of her poor father.
Now where can I hide this devil's brew? Ah, he will never think of looking under the table. Oh, I will not answer. At this sacred moment I wish to have no outsider intruding on our little family circle. Perhaps if I stay quiet they will go away.
Open up. We know you're in there. Open in the name of the law.
In the name of the law? Then duty and discretion alike oblige me to open the door.
Mrs. Middleton, I wonder if I could have a word with your good man.
Edward is, lying down now, but he will be awake very shortly.
Good. Come, Stickler, we'll wait.
Mr. Cribbs, you mentioned the law. I hope that Edward has not committed any offense.
I have reason to suspect that he has. Only 1 hour ago you and your family were destitute and starving, were you not?
Yes, sir.
You have since been observed in the village shopping.
Yes, sir.
So it is obvious that you have obtained money, and it appears that your husband must have violated his verbal agreement with my principals, Cribbler Estates, and must have sold the cottage to another party.
But I can explain everything.
I prefer to await an explanation from Mr. Middleton. Oh, I am dying. Oh, my head, my throat. Where's the rum? I know I have some rum left.
Have a nice cup of tea first, Edward.
I don't want tea. I want rum.
You shall have the rum, dear, after you drink your tea.
I don't want tea, I tell you. A cup of tea will do you no harm, Edward. Here, I'll set you an example.
No, that is Edward's cup.
My cup? What do you mean, woman? You know it's nearly a year since I drank a cup of that muck.
I poured it especially weak for you, Edward. Allow me, Mr. Cribbs.
What are you doing here anyway, Cribbs? I came to inquire about your premature sale of the cottage. You had promised it should go to Cribbler Estates. Premature sale? What are you blathering about? There's been no sale. Good, splendid. Then let us consummate the deal now on the spot. Stickler, have you the money? Yes, sir, Mr. Cribbs, all $400. $400? This morning you said $5. Since then I've had new instruction from my principals. Very hard firm, Cribbler Estates. I don't care. Give me the money. Then I can buy rum and escape forever this trap into which I have lured. Give me the money, I say. Mr. Middleton, I'm afraid you must sign the agreement first. Yes, I will sign with pleasure.
No, Edward, I beg you, do not sell the cottage.
I implore you, Edward, think about what you're doing. I have thought. I have decided. Money, escape, freedom, that's the course for me. Stickler, give me the pen. Here, sir, on the dotted line. Curse it. My hand shakes. Confound it. Give me the money now. I'll sign another time. No, sir, that won't do. You must have a drink and steady yourself at once. Yes, damn you, woman. Give me the rum.
You shall have the rum, Edward, I promise, I swear. But only drink this cup of tea first. You are leaving me, Edward. I shall never see you again. Will you not do me this one trifling favor? We have had some happy moments, Edward, have we not?
Yes, and a souvenir of those happy moments we have that sniveling brat.
Oh, heavens above, is nothing sacred to him now?
Come on, Edward, my boy, this seems to be a harmless woman's whim. Humor her, get the rum, then we can finish our business. You promise, then, if I drink that slop, you'll give me the rum?
I promise, Edward. Then after you empty this cup, you shall have all the rum you want.
It's poisoned. You're trying to poison me.
There is nothing in this cup, Edward, which I would not gladly put to my own lips.
Yeah, all right. Now, where's the rum? What is the matter, Edward? Would you say this is good rum, Mr. Cribbs? The finest old Jamaica. Come now, drink it down. No, I cannot say why, but I find that my craving for liquor has been suddenly replaced by the most intense desire for the smell, disgust for the smell of the rum bottle. My hand is steady again. My eye is clear. Then sign the agreement at once. Here, sir, here's the pen. There's a law for you. Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Oh, Edward, you are indeed a changed man. You seem to have abandoned your dissolute, unmanly ways.
Yes, Mary, I now appreciate the moral and material worth of honest toil. Today at once I shall go down to the new canal diggings and sign on in the pick and shovel gang. Will that not be hard work, Edward? It will, but for the sake of my little family, I shall endure it. Through habits of sobriety and steadiness, I shall reestablish my shattered fortunes and transform this cottage from a pigsty into a palace, where we may live in peace and happiness.
I am sure it will indeed be so, Edward.
Mary, dear, what can be the wondrous power that has brought me this miraculous transformation?
Heaven forgive me one small deception. Edward, it was the wondrous power of love. For truly it can be said that
love licks liquor and redeems the drunkard.